Hey everybody, David, and Mitch here, and in this video we're going to show you how to use Snapchat. With us today, Mitch Rogenbuck from the YouTube channel Itchy Mitchy. We'll link to that in the description section below. He is our resident teenager and Snapchat expert. Right off the bat, let's talk about what Snapchat actually is.
Now, I'm not a Snapchat expert myself, but as far as I understand, Snapchat is a camera, according to them, but really it's more of a social media platform that all the kids these days are using to talk to each other. So the kids, they're not using Facebook, because all the adults got on Facebook, so they're like, we're not using this anymore. Is that about right, Mitch?
Yeah. It's the cool thing that the kids use.
Yeah. And how many of your friends are on Snapchat?
All of my friends are on Snapchat. Everybody I know is on Snapchat. It's a really nice social media platform.
And they use it more than texting, right?
Yeah, it's used more in texting. You can talk to all of your friends. You can talk to people from around the world on it. So it's a really good platform.
Sweet. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so let's actually just dive on in. First thing we're gonna do is show you how to install the app on your iPhone. First thing you'll do is open up the App Store and just type in Snapchat right into the search bar. If this is the first time you've downloaded the app, it'll say Get. We've installed the app before, so it's the cloud with an arrow. Just tap on that. You may need to enter your Apple ID password. We don't have to. And then after the status bar is finished, it'll show up on the home screen. All right, the app is installed. Go ahead and tap on the Snapchat icon there. First thing you'll need to do is create an account. Tap the blue sign up button, and you're gonna get some notifications here about things you might want to turn on. Do you want Snapchat to send you a notification, when someone sends you a snap? Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And a snap is like a message, right?
Yeah, Snap is like a picture with a text on it, and you can use it to message your friends.
All right. Would you say like, snap me? Or would you say, I'm gonna send you a snap?
You'd be like, oh, just snap me a picture or something.
Snap me a picture. So
Right.
So it's a verb too.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna want to get notifications, right?
Yes, I would say so.
So you're gonna hit OK.
Yep.
Tap
And
allow
then
there.
Tap allow.
Yep, so enter your name. This is gonna be your name, not Mitch's.
Perfect.
Tap sign up and accept. What's your birthday? So tap continue when you got that set. The next thing here is create your username. Snapchat will recommend one to you. You can also change the username by tapping change my username. Let's go ahead and do that.
And isn't there something important about this?
Yes, so one thing you need to keep in mind is that once you choose your username, you can't change it ever. So pick one you really like.
Do kids usually use their name?
Kids usually don't use their name. They come up with a cool name to use, but it's good to find something that's not going to affect you in the future when you want to change it.
Yeah.
Right. So like you wouldn't want to make something that was very sixth gradery.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember back in the day with AOL Instant Messenger, we could make new screen names, but it strikes me like this is pretty similar to AIM.
Yeah.
In the way it works.
All right, we picked our username. A little bit of a complicated process, but it takes some time because you can't change it. So now you're ready, tap continue. And enter a password. Select a password. This is what you'll use to sign into your account. All right, what's your mobile phone number?
So you should use your mobile phone number. For the purposes of this video, we're gonna hit sign up with email instead, just because Mitch's phone number is already linked to an account, and so are ours. So.
Prove you're not a robot. Fun stuff here. We did it, we got into the app. All right, so find your friends, see which of your contacts are on Snapchat, continue. So what this is going to do, don't tap anything yet. This is gonna ask if Snapchat wants to access your contacts so it can actually link up people who already are on Snapchat. I typically don't give my contacts to apps, but if you wanna quickly find people on Snapchat, this would be a way to do it.
Yeah, I did it and it was actually pretty useful for me. Yep. I was surprised at how many of my friends
actually have it. Yeah, Snapchat is one of those apps you can probably trust with your camera, your microphone, your contacts. I wouldn't worry too much about it here. This phone doesn't have any contacts, but we'll just tap OK.
Oh, yes it does.
Yes, it does. There I am. Let's add that. Here we go.
Tap continue.
Continue. All right, next thing here, Snapchat would like to access your camera. You want to turn this on, otherwise you can't send pictures and videos. So we're going to tap OK. There we are. Next thing, Snapchat would like to access the microphone. When you're recording a video, you probably want to have your voice in the video sometimes. We want to give Snapchat access to our microphone.
So first things first, let's talk about the basics of sending a snap.
Yes.
Or a picture.
Yes.
So you're going to send a snap to David.
Okay.
All right.
So all you have to do to send the snap is you press the center button, take a cool picture. Snapchat would like to access your location.
Here we go. Snapchat would like to access your location. Why would Snapchat want our location?
Well, I would say it's for features like filters, search, Snap Map, advertising, and more.
And we'll talk about those later in this video. So for now, we're going to allow it.
The Snap Map is probably the best reason, I think.
Yeah. And we also recommend using allow while using app. That way, anytime you open the app, you don't have to confirm it every single time. It will just happen automatically We're gonna tap allow while using app. So now here you can decorate your snap, and it looks like there's text, emojis, you can crop it, you can do all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
So when you take your snap, you see that little sidebar of things you can do. Let's do the pencil one there. I think that will let you draw.
You can change your brush size by pinching the screen, moving it.
Very cool.
You can draw things.
Let's say we want to send that. That looks good. Here you go. So here's your list of friends you can send your snaps to. What are the stories?
Stories, so your story, your friends can view it. They can see like what you're doing on Snapchat. You can put pictures onto there, put videos. It's a really good asset, and you can submit to Our Story, which is a public story. And based on your location on the Snap map, anybody can view it by looking at the Snap map and clicking on your location.
So the Snap map, just to back up, is a map of where all your friends are all the time. So this is a feature that you can turn on and off. We'll talk about how to do that later because it could be a privacy issue. But we're going to send this just to David Lynch.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Tap send there, and now if I have Snapchat on my phone, here it is. If I just come in here, where am I going to be able to see the snap?
You're going to slide to the right.
Swipe left to right.
Yep. It will show
There we go. I got a new friend request there. I'm going to tap add back, and there it is. So now how do I view this? Just tap on it. There it is. Hi. How long is this going to stay on the screen?
That will stay on the screen as long as you don't click on it. Once you click on it, it disappears.
So if I tap on it, it's gone.
Yes.
Forever?
Forever.
So this is one of the reasons why I think kids use this app is they think that they can send things to their friends that may contain certain images or things that they don't want to stick around in their phones forever. And then it creates this sort of privacy, like Instant Messenger used to be, where we'd close the window and everything would just go away forever. But the thing to be careful of in Snapchat is that the things don't actually go away forever, right?
Right. People can save your snaps, they can screenshot them, so you have to be careful with what you send because people can still view them and keep them and save them and possibly use them against you in the future.
And what we're doing right here is the screen recording. So you could just be recording the screen on an iPhone, and that's going to capture everything that's in Snapchat too. So
Yep. Another thing to consider is that all of your snaps are backed up to a Snapchat database. So
in the cloud?
yeah, even if nobody screenshots it, it still exists somewhere.
Yep.
So
Yeah. And when you do screenshot and screen record, it does show up in the chat. So you could see that David Lynch is screen recording by just opening the snap. So that shows that he has saved your snap.
So at least you know if somebody
Yes.
took something you didn't want them to, you could freak out a little bit. So let's go back to the main Snapchat. What's it called? Like the main screen with the camera?
Yeah. The
Okay,
main
let's-
screen.
it's called the main screen.
So
swipe from right to left to get back to the main screen. And the way this app works is by swiping.
Yeah, everything you do is going to be swipes and taps.
Swipes and yeah. What else you got to do? Hit it with a hammer, David?
Maybe.
Swipes and taps. So let's do another snap and talk about filters because filters are one of the best features of Snapchat.
yes.
So we're going to send David another snap, or we're going to snap him another
Picture.
picture.
Sure.
We're going to snap David another picture.
Yes.
All right.
How do we get the filters?
So with filters, basic filters, you can just slide from left to right or right to left, and it shows different filters that you can use. And there's many different filters that are available.
Okay, so these are all changing the color of it.
Yes.
Okay.
These filters change the color of your snap. For more filters, like face filters, what you do is you hold down on it. And when you're about to take the picture, before you take it, you hold down on your face.
If you were to swipe from left to right, you get some different filters, right?
Yes.
So what are these? The
Midday vibes, am I snapping right?
Yeah.
That's a good one for this video.
My first snap.
My first snap, there you go.
Yes.
how about that?
My first snap selfie. Yes.
Lots of cool stuff, you know? You can kind of toy around with the two, swipe left to right, right to left, and see what comes up.
Does up and down do anything?
Up and down doesn't.
Doesn't do anything here.
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
Let's close this, just tap the X to get rid of that. If you don't want to send your snap, you can always just tap the X and click abandon.
Abandon your Snapsterpiece.
So let's talk
Yes.
about some of those other filters you just mentioned.
Yeah, let's say we want to do a face filter.
So to do a face filter, what you would do is you'd center your face on the camera, you'd hold down on your face, and then it shows by swiping left or right different filters you can do, which are cool. You can puke
There you go.
rainbows.
That's gross.
Yeah. Different snaps, different filters.
And then if I wanted to take a picture with that, do I just tap the circle again?
Then you just tap the circle.
Tap it. There we go. Look at that. That's a good
Yes.
pick right there.
Yeah. So then from there, you can snap that to your friends, and there's just a lot of multiple filters that you can use.
Let's say, real quick, let's say we want to crop out that light in the shot. How do we do that?
You would hit the crop button.
Yep.
And you can pinch it forward, and that would crop out the light.
Much better. And then how do you confirm that? Just tap the crop button again?
Tap the crop button again,
Look at
and then
that.
you can send it from there.
All right, let's send it to David.
Let's send that, yeah. Then on my phone, if I tap here, there it is. Now, let's say I wanted to save this picture. What am I going to do?
To save that, you can't save when people send you snaps. You can't save it that way, but you could screenshot it, and that would also save the snap.
I'm going to screenshot on my iPhone 11 Pro, volume up, and side button. There's a screenshot showing up there. Look at that.
So Mitch is going to see that you did that, right?
Yes, and it shows that David Lynch screen recorded and screenshot the chat.
This is another screen that you kids use to communicate with each other, right?
Yes.
Texting?
Yes.
Essentially?
You can use this screen to message your friends. You can send pictures from your camera roll on here, and from there, that is a way to save pictures.
What does a little rocket ship do?
The little rocket ship brings you to Snapchat games.
Just send me a chat real quick. Just say, hey, or whatever.
Hey.
And then on my phone, I got a new chat. I just tap on that. It says, hey. And then I can respond, hey. And then to send, just tap that blue send button.
Yes.
This is about as deep as a lot of the conversations get on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, when you're on the chat screen, it shows in the bottom left corner if the person that you're snapping is viewing it, or if they're typing, it shows a little cloud with some dots, which is also a cool feature because you can see if people are viewing what you're typing.
Right, and you can also do video calls and phone calls,
Yes.
audio calls.
So let's talk more about the snap map and what that actually does.
So to go back to your snap map, you go back to the main camera screen and you swipe down on the screen.
Okay.
So there it shows where we are in
We're in
the world.
Midway Park.
Yes.
Which we are not in Midway Park.
That's
We are
okay.
not.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Maybe we
snap
are.
map isn't totally perfect here.
No.
Yeah.
So you can zoom in and see exactly where you are.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Yes.
Huh.
And once your friends are also on here, you can see all around the world. You can zoom out by pinching the screen in.
So
People
what
on
are these heat
Snapchat.
maps?
So the heat maps are the public stories. You can zoom in on a heat map, like for example, Paris. And when you zoom in, you see the concentrated places of people with public stories. And if you click on one of the heat zones, you can see snaps in that area.
Here we go. Tap to skip a snap, press and hold to send to a friend, pull down to exit. Let's take a look at this.
So people in France.
So if you were to share your snap on the public snap timeline, is that what, I forget what it was called.
It's Snap Story.
The snap story, the public snap story. Is that what it's called?
It's called Our Story.
If you were to share it on our story, then it would show up here
Yes.
and people would be able to see it. So that's how our story is organized,
Yes.
by geographical location.
Yes. And Snapchat goes and approves when you put things onto Our Stories, so you have to make sure it's appropriate and you don't use profanity. There's a
There we go.
statue.
Paris.
There
Yeah,
it is.
I've been
The
there.
Eiffel Tower.
That's not the Eiffel Tower.
Oh. Hey guys.
That's some good. That's some good
Hey
marketing.
guys, how are you? It's live, right, Mitch?
No.
Oh,
No. It's not. That'd be cool though.
it would be. Let's go back to the main snap screen. So what are we gonna do? That would
The
make
back
sense.
button in the top left corner.
What if you swipe up?
So if you swipe up, it shows your memories. And your memories are when you save pictures and Snapsterpieces to Snapchat, it shows in your memories. And from here, you can also access your camera roll.
Did you say Snapsterpieces?
Yes.
What is that?
That's what they call the snaps.
Snapsterpieces?
Yes.
Like masterpieces.
Like masterpieces,
Oh,
but for Snapchat.
Snapsterpieces.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Tap OK.
From here, you can see your snaps and you could swipe and see your camera roll.
Yeah. So if you want to actually access the camera roll, you do have to give Snapchat access to your photos.
We're going to hit OK.
You can see all of our nice screen recordings there.
Yes.
But you could snap them to your friends if you wanted to.
Yes. And to snap them to your friends, you would hold down on one of the pictures.
Yeah.
And from here, you can edit it, which you can draw on it and
Yeah.
type on it. You can export it to your camera roll. You can also delete it from here, from your camera roll, and it deletes directly from your camera roll.
Yeah. What if you tap the more button? What's going on there?
For more, you can add it to your story or put it in your My Eyes Only.
All right, let's talk about that. What is My Eyes Only?
So My Eyes Only is like a virtual cloud that you can add snaps to, you can add pictures and videos, and from there, there's a password on it, so only you can view it if you have the password.
So what kinds of images or videos would you put in My Eyes Only? if you're a teenager.
You would put images and videos that you would not want your parents to see.
We can use our imaginations on that one.
Yes.
Let's say you're a parent and you're concerned about how your kids are using Snapchat.
Yes.
Is there a way for them to see what their kids are doing?
You would have to have the password to the My Eyes Only.
So it's like a separate password.
It's a separate password. It's a 4-digit password, and it's only accessible by that password.
Okay.
All right.
Now, as a teenager, do you use the same passcode that you use to unlock your phone?
No.
Don't get any ideas, parents. It's probably not going to work.
Yeah.
The first thing you need to do is add a snap to My Eyes Only. So let's tap snaps in the upper left-hand corner there. But we don't really have a snap. How come we don't have a snap? We sent one to David.
We haven't saved any of our pictures.
Let's talk about how to save our snaps/pictures. And one of the things I love about Snapchat is really that it is an awesome camera. I can see after we've come this far why they call it a camera app, not just a social media app.
Yeah. So to save a snap, you would take a picture, and from there you would hit in the bottom left corner the save button. And from here you can save it to either your memories or your memories and camera roll. So you can have that option. We'll save it to our memories.
That's a great idea. Can save space in your phone. It's great.
Yes.
All right.
So now it is saved.
Okay. So you don't have to send every picture, every snap you take.
Yes, but when you save it to your memories, from there it's dated and people can save it in the chat. So we're gonna hit X, swipe back up. So that is our
tapping
picture.
on the photo, right?
We're gonna hold down on it.
Pressing down. Okay.
We're gonna hit more. And from here you can access My Eyes Only.
Okay.
So we're gonna click on that. And this is where you set up your My Eyes Only.
Move snaps to My Eyes Only so they're out of the way when you're showing memories to your friends. Let's tap quick setup there.
Quick setup. So from here you'll make a password that you can access your My Eyes Only on.
All right, let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Great. That's secure.
So you'll put it again. And by the way, your kids most likely won't do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Then I just tap the circle next to I understand that if I forget this passcode, Snapchat won't be able to recover it for you.
Yes. Now the setup is complete.
Tap finish. And now you can tap move it to My Eyes Only. So how do we access our My Eyes Only album now?
So to access My Eyes Only, you would swipe left twice, once through camera roll and then to your My Eyes Only, and you would enter your password from there. So ours 1, 2, 3, 4.
There it is.
So there's your My Eyes Only. And whenever you refresh the page, it relocks your My Eyes Only so other people can't view it.
So we went back to the main Snap page. The next thing I want to show you is trending stories. How do we get to that?
So to get to your trending stories, you would swipe left. And from here, you can see your friends' stories and for Snapchat shows.
Now, what if I'm not interested in any of this stuff? Can I kind of choose what I want to see?
Yes, you can pick and choose what categories you would like to see, and you would go up to the top right corner and there's the 3 dots. You would click on that, and from here you can choose what intrigues you. Science and tech, weird and fun, and anime.
All right, now it's kind of personalized there.
Yes. And from here, for the stories that you like, you can subscribe to them, and you can either do that by hitting the top right corner, or you can swipe up on them and see more seasons of videos by the creator.
So that's pretty intense.
Let's tap the subscribe button here to show them what that looks like.
And from here, you can turn on the story notifications.
So if you want, this will send you a notification anytime a new episode of Bad Parenting gets published.
Yes.
So Snapchat stories are kind of like TV shows, right?
Yeah.
And how long are these episodes typically?
Usually they're like a minute to a minute and a half.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure. They're not usually that long.
All right. Do you use this feature?
Personally, I do sometimes when I'm really bored.
But not all the time.
No.
Where do you spend most of your time in this app?
Most of your time is just chatting with your friends, talking to people.
Like, hey, Snap. Let's talk about streaks.
So streaks are on Snapchat when you send pictures for a consecutive amount of days. So if I'm on here with multiple days with David Lynch, we would go and we would snap each other a picture. And to snap a picture from the chat, you just hit their name twice and it brings you to a direct camera to them. So for a streak, usually you would just take a random picture, you would go up to the drawing tool and write an S.
Why would you write an S?
So people know that it's streaks.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Really gaming the system here.
In case they didn't know otherwise.
Yeah.
It could have been accidentally.
Yeah. So that's what is usually.
You know how many photos exist in the world that are just like the floor and an S?
Yeah, that's some inside inside lingo.
We're making the most of our technology.
Yes. And then you tap the arrow to send it. And
so David's going to know because it's an S.
Yep.
That you really don't care. It's just for the streak.
Now, do I have to send one back to you so we both get the streak?
Yeah, to maintain a streak, we have to send them back.
And then if we did that for 9 days in a row, it'd be a 9-day streak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever had a friend that didn't send you back a picture and then they ruined it and then you got mad at them?
So when the time limit starts coming up on your streaks, there's a little timer that shows up next to the name of the person. So it gives you like a notification that you should send a streak to them.
Interesting.
Yes.
People care a lot about these streaks, don't they?
Yes, that is.
My hairdresser yesterday was telling me that her friend actually emailed Snapchat because something went wrong with their streak.
Oh boy.
And they actually fixed it for her. So now they have a streak that's 1,000 days long.
All right, so let's talk about the snap score. And do the streaks count towards the snap score?
Yes, so your snap score is configured by how many snaps you send with people, how many snaps are exchanged, along with like how many stories that you post.
And what do you get for having a high snap score?
What the millennials call clout.
Bragging rights.
You're not a millennial, though.
Well, what people call clout.
So how do we actually check our snap score?
So to check your snap score, you would access your profile by tapping the top left corner. And from here, you can see I have a snap score of 0 because I don't have streaks or stories.
Okay.
That's brutal.
Which is right there.
You got to start somewhere, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this little symbol we figured out was Gemini, right?
Yeah, it shows your zodiac symbol.
That's your star sign. And one last thing we want to talk about real quick is how to actually set up your profile so it looks like you right now. We just had the boring Snapchat ghost, but you can use Bitmoji to make it look like you.
So to access Bitmoji for the first time, the easiest way is when you're in your profile, you would tap on Create Bitmoji. And from here, you can choose your gender, be a boy. You can also change your skin tones, which is a cool feature. Choose that.
Okay.
Yep.
And on the bottom of the screen, you can swipe and you can choose what different features you want to use. So for example, you can change your hair color. We're gonna do blondish.
There we go.
And your hairstyle.
It actually looks a lot like you already.
Yes.
So let's say we wanted to stick with this. We would just tap save up there. Then if we scroll up, we're gonna see it.
Yes.
There you are with your little snowman cap.
And from here, you can also go back to your snap map. So you would go back to the main camera screen, swipe down, and you can see yourself with your Bitmoji on the snap map.
Now it says that you're not sharing your location.
Fortunately, we have a nice little pop-up right here, share your location with select friends when we tap on that gear right there. So right now we're in ghost mode. What is ghost mode?
So ghost mode makes sure that your friends can't see your location. And with ghost mode, you can choose how long you want to stay on it. So if you're going to do something that you don't want people to see,
Let's tap a switch. Let's tap on only these friends.
Right. If you've got a lot of friends and only one enemy, you choose the second one.
Yeah.
But if you've got a lot of enemies and only one friend,
yes.
When you
choose
tap,
this one.
When you tap on me, and then you just tap done, we're all set. So that is how to use Snapchat. Feel free to follow us on Snapchat. We'll leave a link in the description section below and our snap code
Yes.
in the center of the screen somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Check out Mitch's channel. There's a link to that in the description section as well. Any other questions about Snapchat, let us know. Maybe Mitch can monitor the comments and respond to some of you.
Yes.
And once again, thanks for watching.